Done. Hare Krishna. Let me try. Okay, good. Okay, what audio is clear, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Great. There may be interruption. I request the admins that time continue developing what I am speaking, okay? And then, so that way we can participate, okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhire Nashta Prayasha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Nadatsu Yato Dhaneshu Jaya Kashish Athom Hriday Udattishtat Rathastasya Niharatiwa Bhaskaraha. Start, Shidra. We can read from here. Somebody can start. Start. Difficult. Yes, Mataji. Nadasuyatu dhaneshu Jaya Kashisha Tomride. Udatestat Rathasya. Yes, Akshata Mataji. Okay. Thank you. Now that's so, while explaining Yatu Dhaneshu, the ghostly yakshas, Jayakashishu, proclaiming victory, Atho, then Mridhe, in the fighting, Udatishta appeared, Rataha, the chariot, Tasya, of Dhruva Maharaj, Nihara, from the mist, Iva, like Bhaskaraha, the sun. The Yakshas, being temporarily victorious, exclaimed that they had conquered Dhruva Maharaj. But in the meantime, Dhruva's chariot suddenly appeared, just as the sun suddenly appears from within foggy mist. The Yakshas, being victorious, being temporarily victorious, exclaimed that they had conquered Dhruva Maharaj. But in the meantime, Dhruva's chariot suddenly appeared, just as the sun suddenly appears from within foggy mist. Here Dhruva Maharaj is compared to the son of the great assembly of the Yakshas to foggy mist. Fog is insignificant in comparison to the sun. Although the sun is sometimes seen to be covered by fog, in fact the sun cannot be covered by anything. Our eyes may be covered by a cloud, but the sun is never covered. By this comparison to the sun, the greatness of Dhruva Maharaj in all circumstances is firm. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nadatsu yatu dhaneshu, Jaya kashishu ato mride. Udatishta rathastasya, Nihara diva bhaskaraha. The Yakshas, being temporarily victorious, exclaimed that they had conquered Dhruva Maharaj. But in the meantime, Dhruva's chariot suddenly appeared, just as the sun suddenly appears from foggy mist. Once Srila Prabhupada was taking a class, somebody said, I have some service. So Prabhupada said, what service you will do without hearing? Okay, so we'll make it compulsory, everybody attend. Any other language, if there is a class, it should happen at only 7 to 8. Okay, please inform Shiva and Tulu. They have to be there for the class. So this is very beautiful. Actually, we are symbolizing from here. Now Dhruva Maharaj is doing his service. It is the service of a Kshatriya to punish a miscreant. Correct? Doing his service. It is duty he is doing. Somebody has created Upadra, unnecessarily killed his brother. As a Kshatriya, he cannot remain silent. He has to act. Correct? He is acting. And in that field of action, actually, he is in a very challenging situation now. The challenging situation is that he is practically alone. Doesn't seem like he has brought his army. There is no mention like that. And the Yakshas are 130,000. And they're covered with arrows. But Bhagavatam takes two shlokas here, which Prabhupada takes a symbolic meaning for our own spiritual life. Yesterday's shloka was that it's like a mountain covered by cloud. When a mountain is covered by cloud, it only washes the cloud, the mountain. Correct? After the rain, if you are in a mountain, if you have lived, at least I had a privilege to see the mountains. After rain, it looks so beautiful. Correct? Even in the cities, after rain, all the trees and all are washed. Okay? Air is fresh. Sometimes in Delhi, when the pollution becomes unlimited, after rain it reduces. You can live now in that city. So similarly, even though it looks a difficulty, it does look a difficulty in our life, spiritual life or material life, but difficulties cannot be uncontrolled. Every situation is manifesting by the will of the Lord. So difficulty is actually coming for purification. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says all this sukha dukkha that we have in the progress of spiritual life is actually sampatti. Sampatti, wealth. We cannot go to the level of Queen Kunti where we are asking for difficulties. But in the course of our service to what we are trying to do, correct? Trying to fulfill the instruction of Prabhupada and Krishna, difficulties will come. But those difficulties are actually, for ourselves personally, we have to take opportunity for purification, correct? And not that we don't stop doing our duties. Yes, we have to do whatever duties we have. So we can take, and today's shloka talks about the sun. When the sun is covered by cloud, nothing happens to the sun. And very soon the sun comes, or like today now, every day you see sun is so bright, can't even walk at this time. But today's sun is covered by cloud. Anything has happened to the sun? Nothing has happened to the sun. Very soon it will come out with full force. Correct? You've seen it? Sometimes clouded and suddenly it becomes hot and sunny. So there is a beautiful shloka in Bhagavad Gita which actually connects to this. It says, Ashadadhanasya Purusa. Ashadadhanasya Purusa. Mark the shloka. Dharmasya asya parantapa. Aprapi mahamani vardante mrityu samsara vartamani. This comes in the 9th chapter, 3rd shloka. It's Ashadadhanasya Purusha. Krishna is telling Arjuna that I am telling you more this knowledge, Arjuna, because you are not envious of me. Because you want to hear me. Otherwise, there is no point. Somebody has become envious, what are you going to teach him? Correct? So Krishna says to Arjuna, I am teaching you this knowledge because you are not envious of me. Ashadadhanasya Purusha. Now first he says that Raj Vidya Raj Goyam, this supreme knowledge, 2nd shloka. Pavitramidam uttamam. And then Krishna says this shloka. Pratyaksha anagamam bhamam susikam kartum avayam. That's the 2nd shloka. And now the 3rd shloka Krishna says. Surprisingly, Krishna takes a turn. He says, I am teaching you this, Arjuna, more and more and more because you want to hear. Correct? And now he takes a turn and says, Ashadadhanasya Purusa. But the person who is faithless, Dharmasya asya parantapa, is encouraging also Arjuna. Parantapa, you can defeat any enemy. Aprapya man nivartante. Aprapya means these people will not be able to achieve me. Mrityu samsara vartamani. So it is something called lack of faith. Ashadadhana. Correct? Ashadadhana actually destroys our spiritual life. Ashadadhana. There is some difficulty in spiritual life. some anxiety has come, and you have no faith in the Vaishnavas, no faith in Guru, no faith in Krishna, you will fall down. Correct? Difficulties will come. But the moment a difficulty comes, actually at that moment, I tell you, you see all the situations we see. When Arjuna surrenders to Krishna, actually Krishna first scolds Arjuna. Lightly, but it does scold. What is the purpose? Is he really has faith in me or is simply doing drama? Correct? What does Krishna say to Arjuna? He says very beautiful shloka. Ashochan anuvashochastam. Prabhupada says actually very mildly scolded him, but he did scold. Ashochan anuvashochastam pragyavadam sa bhashase gatasun agatasun cha nanu shochanti panditaha. Arjuna, a learned person, does not speak like this. But this is actually a slap, no? Now, Arjuna is a very big personality. He has been met Lord Shiva also personally. He has done a lot of achievements. So sometimes it does happen. Somebody may be saying, I am submissive to you, respectful to you, but when you try to correct him and he blows up, actually he is making a show. He has no respect. Correct? Like a mother is there, says, Beta, who are you to tell me? The mother can know actually the child has lost respect. It's like we can know actually the very situations we can know. The person is just doing his duty, correct? In a service to Prabhupada, but mind is blowing. Means actually the person has developed ashraddha, no faith. And what will he do now without faith? How will he progress in Krishna consciousness? Gets worried, very, very worried, correct? And then they are, imagine somebody sitting in a temple without faith. Only politics they will do. They'll criticize each other. They'll make groups. Why? Ashraddha, they have no faith in the leader. And then no mercy flows. Every Vaishnava blesses. No mercy flows. No progress in spiritual life. Then more material life. And then person feels, yes, what is that better headache? Temple life, I can do some job. And then everything finishes. How many examples we have seen of this? So let us see the people who did not have that for inspiration. They still had faith and they continued. First, the hero, Srila Prabhupada. His guru gave an order which was practically impossible. In fact, sometimes we cannot assess how difficult it is unless you try to do it. Say, suppose, I can also go, I'll sit in a park in America and I'll play some kartal. Unlimited number of people will come, huge movement will form. If you try to do it, then you will know how difficult it is. Just like you're trying to lift a 50 kilo weight, then you know how difficult it is. Otherwise you say, what's that? I can do. So similarly, you cannot appreciate another individual unless you try to do that job. Then you will know how difficult it is actually. Then you will respect it. Oh. Otherwise say, what is there? What is doing, I can also do. Correct? But can you command respect like Srila Prabhupada commanded? Can you do that? How many people gave their life to Srila Prabhupada? Can you do that? How many big scholars, scientists, philosophers were stunned by spiritual power? How many leaders in society just submitted to him? True? When you try to do it, then you will come to know. Here we are struggling to set up one temple, correct? With hardly any manpower. We know how difficult it is. But somebody has not done it, and how much years? 20 years it took to bring it to even this stage. How difficult it is, we know. Therefore, it is not easy. The struggle is not easy. How many times we felt that, How many people told better stop it? How many people told me, better why don't you join some other temple? Why you're trying an initiative like that? It's not easy. But if somebody has not done it, it's all very easy. What is their credit in it? Where is the need of any respect for the person? Anybody can do it. Do know. Then you come to know, oh my God. Okay. And just imagine now Srila Prabhupada, such a hero for us. And he has got an order in 1922. In English it is saying, there is a light at the end of darkness. How difficult it was for Srila Prabhupada. See, actually, as I told you many times, Srila Prabhupada is the Acharya for the Golden Age. He is personally being ordered by Lord Krishna to do what he did. He knows that. Correct? He is not in any illusion. We see the kind of clarity Srila Prabhupada had his whole life is not possible for a conditioned soul. Totally clear what he's going to do, how is he going to do. You see. He knows Krishna is taking him through this, and to set an example for us, there has to be a struggle, and there is light at the end of darkness. There was totally a hopeless position. Correct? When you read, if you read, those who have read Lilamrita will know that. Please, my request to everybody is, one is abridged. You maybe read in the beginning the abridged, read the enlarged. So many students, when they're told to read, they're crying from both the eyes. My God, what a struggle. We are all getting today in a platter ready. Ready. We have not seen the struggle. In psychology, they say the third generation destroys whatever the founder does. Just like this, I had a recently discussion with some businessman, with a big timber merchant. He said, my grandfather struggled and my father struggled and set up this timber business. I said, yes. Now I have struggled and brought it to this line. I said, yes. And I told him, now your son is going to destroy it. So what? I said, yes. Because he got it everything free. He doesn't know the value of it. He will not even mind destroying this whole business. Be aware. In fact, in our ISKCON meeting also this was discussed. Srila Prabhupada's struggle, we cannot even dream of doing. Cannot even dream. Then the second generation, his disciples came in, correct? They have struggled to set up this movement all around the world. And with third generation, we are capable of destroying it. In fact, Srila Prabhupada personally, what he did, third or fourth or fifth. This is a psychology, this is a recorded phenomena. Because people who have not seen the hardship don't care to destroy it. So somebody, suppose a great struggle has done something, a fool is ready to destroy it. Because he doesn't know, correct? Fool will burn everything because he doesn't know the value of it. And why he doesn't know value? Because he never struggled. He saw it very easy. He doesn't know the struggle which is there, which was in any endeavor. How much struggle, how many years of struggle Srila Prabhupada put in. 1922, and then the order came and manifested in 1965, 43 years. Even in America, when Prabhupada was there, his typewriter was in a cargo ship. 3 times heart attack, 2 times practically. And Prabhupada said, if I get another third time, I am finished. Struggle again. He reaches America, doesn't know anybody practically. For a few days, he left with that family of Sally Agarwal and her husband. And he left for New York. Left, right, he doesn't know anything there. He's going to the books. He has to live day by day. You see his diary. Today I went to the shop and I tried to sell something. And the shopkeeper said no. Then I gave a proposal. Prabhupada said, you keep my books. What is the proposal? You keep my books. Okay? Mataji, try from tomorrow to come at 8. Prabhupada used to do, altar also they have to improve. Cooking should finish in 1 hour. That was Prabhupada's instruction. So whatever we can do it in 1 hour, we should do and close it. You know why? What happens? You can cook in 3 hours, then whole day we are finished. Even pujaris have to learn it. 1 hour, Prabhupada said many times, 1 hour, we will finish. Then body is not so tired, we are ready for some service. I'm not saying immediately, but come to that platform. Cooking pujari, 1 hour. Prabhupada did it. Once what happened, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada appearance day was there. So he asked the devotees, so cooking is going on? Prabhupada, they are planning an evening festival because, people will only be able to join us in the evening. Prabhupada said, no. He should be served a feast now. It should be afternoon. We are fasting, no? We should feast now. So then he said, go see who is in the kitchen. Nobody was there. Prabhupada, nobody's there. No cooks are there. What feast do you want? So Prabhupada says, I got up. This is from Prabhupada's memories. And Prabhupada went to the kitchen and he started cooking. And one or two devotees who were there, they ran to help Prabhupada. He said within 1 hour, there were 12 items, all super. Particularly the puris, Prabhupada test used to be, in the end, thak. And the Prabhupada used to say always, there was once in Vrindavan, he is in the altar, and it is getting late. Prabhupada said, it takes 1 hour. Should I show it? So we should, not immediately, but try to come to the standard. And practice makes person perfect. See what happens then, we are not so tired after that. We have energy. Otherwise, more than 1 hour after the pujari, we have to crash because body has limited strength. Correct? You're cooking more than 1 hour, you will crash. So try to come to proper stand. So Prabhupada, let us continue. So then we see the struggle of Srila Prabhupada continues, and he reaches America. Again, he doesn't know left, right. Somebody steals his typewriter. Prabhupada was very frustrated because he was writing. He landed in America. Movement has not started. There were no followers. Prabhupada records the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. What is very unimaginable about it is extempore. And if you have studied, once I had an opportunity, I was selling books in the counter. So I felt that actually these books, Bhagavad Gita is very difficult for public. So I moved Bhagavad Gita to the back of the book table and had a 14-table circle, small service which Krishna gave me. And I put the small books in the front. Now, encouraging people to buy a small book, I thought first let them read that. Maybe after that they can read Gita. Gita is very difficult. So I presented that to a senior devotee. Prabhuji, do you think my decisions are right? He said, no. I said, why? Go and read the introduction today. So I took the Bhagavad Gita, I sat under the introduction, thinking I'm a new person. Okay? It is so beautiful. If somebody reads the introduction, he doesn't need anything else. He can study the Bhagavad Gita. Correct? I was thinking otherwise so many terms are there in Gita, what he will understand. Some kind of bridge book should be there, maybe even simpler than Prabhupada books, but introduction takes care of it. So well written. An amazing thing is, it was spoken extempore. And Prabhupada played the record to many of his guests, and this is how it is. It was very nice. And they liked it. They liked it. So interesting. And then, Prabhupada used to go to the ship area and ask, when is the ship going back, which is the next date, because he did not know whether he should stay back because nothing was happening. And during this time, there is the famous situation, Prabhupada sits in a park, in a bench. And at that moment, when Prabhupada is sitting in a bench, what happens? Another old man comes. And Prabhupada asks that old man that, who are you? So he also asks him, who are you, what you are doing? And Prabhupada says, actually, I can see a lot of devotees. I can see beautiful temples. I can see nice Sankirtana. I can see a lot of Bhagavatam class going on. I can see devotees dancing in Sankirtana. Correct? I can see a lot of devotees cooking prasadam. I can see all that. Only time is separating. This is called faith. It's a totally impossible situation. He knows it will happen. Just like now Dhruva Maharaj, if you look externally, is gone, There's 130,000 people. How one person can fight with them? He will, and that's what the people said. Yesterday we said the whole world was affectionate towards Dhruva Maharaj because he has been a pure devotee of Krishna. Everybody is well-wishing him. Somebody is trying to serve Krishna, you don't have well-wish for him. And we call ourselves Vaishnavas. Yeah? We don't have well-wish. You see that whole world, even the Gandharvas yesterday, they are well-wish. He's trying to serve. And they are well-wish, they are sympathetic. Alas, what has happened to him? Imagine. They're feeling like that. And then, it's a very difficult position actually that Prabhupada took. And that manifested. See, the faith he's having. In fact, he wrote to his god brothers that, I am not interested to be some head of the movement. I'm not interested to be that. I am ready to be a member of your Gaudiya Math, that is Guru's movement. Just consider me as, let us say, as a member of your Gaudiya Math. Please send some people here. A Guru Maharaj wanted this, and I am here in America. Send some people, some Lakshmi. There is an opportunity here to establish movement. Take care? And he got back a letter. Your plan appears to be ridiculous. So, imagine. Prabhupada used to write, my godbrothers only compress, suppress, depressed me. He writes something. And then he continues, still he continued. Correct? And then when there was opportunity to take the matchless gift place, Prabhupada had no money for that place. And he comes to meet that. In fact, he told one devotee, Mukunda, and there is a beautiful memory of Prabhupada by Mukunda Goswami. He's still serving in the movement. And even the cover page is so beautiful. Young boy, and in normal, trying to put a garland to Prabhupada. Lifetime of service. Amazing. If you get time, read this Prabhupada memories by these wonderful devotees. You will know how lovingly they serve Srila Prabhupada. How lovingly. And then what happened was Mukunda did writes that I went to the person, Prabhupada said, you go and start talking. And Prabhupada arrived there. Because he was so restless, he also came in there. And he said, Prabhupada arrived, and then, what do we do? And Prabhupada started talking to him. And he was telling that, say, this will cost $50, say, not 50, I think this will cost $150. But there's no place to stay. It's like a shop, a storefront. Apartments have a storefront, Mangalore also now, or Bombay. And behind one apartment will also need it. That will cost you another $50, so $200. Prabhupada did not have $200. So Prabhupada neither advanced. Luckily he didn't ask advance. It would not have started. ISKCON would not have started otherwise. This was the shop, everything began. Look at Prabhupada's intelligence now. So Prabhupada says to him, I'm trying to launch a worldwide movement to spread Krishna consciousness. And he was a pious person. He said, yes, Swamiji. Why don't you become lifetime trustee of it? Some kind of a trustee of this organization. Some kind of a trustee. Later, these people went away, but trustee of this organization. So Swamiji, what I have to do for that? No, you become $50 every month we can give. So, whatever reason, the piety or this thing, or Prabhupada's, an Acharya of the golden age, which I like to call Prabhupada again and again, seeing him, his heart melted. Okay, Swamiji, I become trustee of your organization. He said, then, can you deduct that from the rent every month? You see, he doesn't have money. Look at his struggle. An Acharya belonging to the spiritual world, what a struggle this is. From a normal conditioned soul is begging to help him. Just look at it. Prabhupada used to stand in India outside a house of somebody in a hot sun. And then somebody saw Srila Prabhupada and asked, Prabhupada, why are you doing that? I said, Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, that gentleman said, I'll give him 2 rupees. 2 rupees is standing for maybe 1 or 2 hours in a hot sun. True, that time 2 rupees was not like today, but still a small amount. And that person felt sympathetic. He said, Swamiji, can I pay that money to you? Then Prabhupada says, will you pay that every month? He's tricking him. So much to grasp, a little help. He's writing to the President of India, I'm crying alone in wilderness. Why? He has a desire in his heart to serve his spiritual master. Doesn't he have a desire? Or he's just entertaining himself? The big comfort is there, he wants to enjoy, lie down like a big acharya? No. He's sincerely trying to fulfill the order of his spiritual master. Doesn't it deserve support of the whole world? All the devatas, all the gandharvas, all the yakshas, all the humanity has to come forward and fall at his feet. But they're also fools, they could not recognize he's doing something so noble. Nobody could. In fact, amazing thing is, in America, people recognize he's trying to do something noble and it's worthy of the support. 40 years in India, hardly anybody came forward to support him. Nobody. Maybe some people helped him print some books, that's it. Practically nobody gave life to him in India, nobody. And imagine when the naturalist gift started, that is where the Hare Krishna explosion occurs. So there is a movie, if you see, Hare Krishna explosion, even the book is written on that shows how the naturalist gift, the explosion occurred. Because now the setting happened. Why we are building this temple? People will come. A place where they will sit down, they will be nice Nama Sankirtana. They will sit down in that place. Correct? They will take darshan of the Lord. And this has to happen regularly. Then they become devotee. And the Prabhupada was in an initial place. He was just having classes in different places and Roti clubs and all. Sally Agarwal was organizing to help Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said this will not work. Just one class, it will not work. A regular, they have to keep coming. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtiki. Bhakti will only be established by regular hearing. Not one time as people come to the temple, take darshan and go. Yeah, it is beneficial. But that will not be able to establish Bhakti. They have to come regularly. But then you need a place where they will sit. Correct? Where they will sit, you need a place for that. Where they will have prasadam, you need place. Where they will have darshan, we need to create a facility for that. So this is how you see in the Srila Prabhupada's life so much struggle. And it was not easy if you see lifetime of struggle. And not only that, when he began the movement, so much difficulties. So many people try to hijack the movement. So many people just try to disturb the movement. You see the chapters after chapters. There is one chapter and only he could lead them. Prabhupada had to suspend the whole GBC for that. The total confusion. They had to centralize, apply like corporate words and principles. Prabhupada just suspended the whole thing. So much, difficulty. And at the time of Prabhupada was taken to Rishikesh when his health was not good. And they asked Srila Prabhupada, so Prabhupada said one day, I want to go to Vrindavan and leave the body now. My time has come. And Prabhupada stopped eating, preparing for his departure. The devotees started crying. Prabhupada, I cannot even imagine the love they had for Srila Prabhupada. It's only for me, if I look at my heart, I don't find even a trace of it. They were crying like small children, can't see. They are not relatives of Prabhupada. Correct? They're not his brothers. Correct? Sometimes in family this happens, this kind of affection. Correct? Family member is leaving the body, we start crying. Cannot even imagine the love they have. You see Prabhupada, they used to cry with gratitude. Unimaginably, the pure devotee's power, you see that. Can we create like that? We hardly fail to do that. And look at what Srila Prabhupada created, a love. And they want to, they cried, Prabhupada, why you are saying like that? Please stay with us. Prabhupada said, I have given you everything now to go back to God. In my books, in this movement, in this association, in this prasada. I made whole arrangement. Now my job is done. And he left the world after establishing the mission of his Guru. There was in the beginning of it, he felt sick a couple of times. But the devotees are praying. He told the devotees, please pray that my master has not finished the work. Correct? Please, want to finish the work. So whenever you're trying to do some service to Krishna, test will come. It will look like whole thing is overcome and covered. But what we can do? Have faith. Introspect whether I'm doing anything wrong. Introspect whether if I made any mistake. I'm trying to serve Srila Prabhupada. That is your business to correct yourself. But externally, you cannot be silent. Oh, I'm only in my introvert. You have to act outside. It's your duty, your responsibility. You have to act. But internally, keep checking yourself. Internally, keep meditating on your own faults. Keep doing that. But externally, some people say, no, I cannot take class. I'm not qualified. I cannot do this. You cannot behave like that. You cannot behave like that. That is your internal business, correct? If that is, you reveal to your Guru, you reveal to your senior elder Vaishnava, Prabhuji, what should I do? But externally, we have to act. Internally, the prayers go on. So the devotee is actually as hard as stone and as soft as rose. When he meets his elder Vaishnava, the fellow Vaishnava, it's all as soft as rose. Prabhuji, give your mercy, give your blessing. When he's dealing with the younger, he's strict like a thunderbolt. Otherwise, things don't work. Then why did Srila Prabhupada create the institution? Why did Srila Prabhupada create an organization? Not that, oh, you'll all get together, do something. It doesn't work like that. He made an organization with the discipline, with the rules, with the regulations. Why somebody is playing like this? Please don't play. Okay. Now, coming to this is, you see, Srila Prabhupada. Let us take one more beautiful example of Srila Prabhupada, then I'll go to the Bhagavatam. There are enough examples. There is an example of Indradumna Maharaj, very wonderful devotee of Srila Prabhupada. Go to YouTube, type Prabhupada Memories, Indradumna Maharaj. You will see amazing memories. Very beautiful, very touching memories. Very touching. So in that memory you'll find this. In fact, I used to play that previously, and many devotees, when they saw that, they got stunned. Very beautifully spoken in ecstasy of love of Prabhupada. Beautiful memories. So he talks about an incident that we landed in England, with Prabhupada from America. So when he landed in England, what happened? Prabhupada's bag was not missing. You know, sometimes it happens today also. The bag is missing. And airlines make mess even to this day. In fact, they do lose some bags every year. There is a percentage. Only there are some 1 or 2 in Japan where they're not lost for a good time. High discipline is needed. So the Prabhupada bag is lost. What are there in the bag? Prabhupada books. Today you can carry the books, on mobile and all. But Prabhupada used to carry Purvacharya's commentary because he was every day night writing. What he was doing? He was writing. And now what happens is that the bag is missing. 2 bags, heavy bags are missing. So they look and no, everybody is hiding because they all want to be there. They want to go to the temple, the big reception, there will be big Harinam Sankirtan in the temple. Then Prabhupada will have a class and they all love Prabhupada. They want to be there when all this happens. And then there will be big feast. So everybody is hiding. But somehow the leader they catches. Indradumna, that time he is not sannyasi, he is a bhakta. You're going to do it. I said, okay. So he said, I had to wait. Finally, after say 1 or 2 hours, they found the bags. And he realized he's forgotten to have any money. There's no money with him. And how do you go? You have to, take a ride. What's a hitch a ride in English? And he found somebody, and it was a taxi driver, and with a great difficulty landed in the temple, and that man knew where the ISKCON is. He didn't know. So he landed up. And when he landed up, opened the door, everybody had, after eating, like that, they were lying. He said, any prasadam? You could see plates where, ghee is there. You put your finger. So all plates are empty. Everything is finished. No prasadam. No prasadam. And can you help me? Where is Prabhupada place? He said, upstairs you can go. Sometimes they have like this. Stairs like round. It is very difficult to take a heavy item to such stairs. So can you have somebody help me? Oh, we've eaten so much. You do yourself. Nobody is helping me. Then he, he lifted the heavy bags. And then he opened the room. He says I was totally finished when I did that. Then inside the room, they fell at, Peter Prabhupada. So he said the proper servant was there. Prabhupada said something. I didn't hear actually. Correct? Because he was in his whole thing. Why me? Why all this happens to me only? Sometimes we think like that. Krishna, why are you doing to me all those things? Like that, he was totally frustrated. So he said, Prabhupada actually patted my back. And then Prabhupada went, a few steps away. Then he asked us, sir, what did he say? Very interesting. He says, so much difficulties now. But when I take you to the spiritual world, everything will be very fine. No more difficulties. So in this material world, when you are executing Krishna consciousness, there are difficulties. But actually, when we go back to the spiritual world, there are no more difficulties. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. In this material life, there are going to be difficulty. Death is going to come. Please wait. A terrible pain. more than all the pains of your life is the death pain. Therefore, anybody not interested in spiritual life, just talk about death. Philosophy starts. Anybody, your friend is not interested in philosophy, start talking about death. Then he gets interested in philosophy. Because the unimaginable pain, it is the design of Krishna. We don't want to fight against. It's a fact. Old age, terrible. And old age people beg for death. They become so frustrated. Can I die? I can't take it anymore. And you know the death finally, unimaginable, whole bodies. It is said it's equal to thousands of scorpions biting you. That's the pain. Now, get scared, yes, but don't cry, don't lament. It's Krishna's design for my good. It is said, compared in the Bhagavatam, just like a light, thunder, and then there is lightning. Now rain time sometime, the storm, there is thunder. Oh, a thunder, you know. Sometimes thunder is such we all wake up and run. That's the kind of pain at the point of terrible pain. But don't resent against this. Thank you, Krishna. It is His plan. It's designed for everybody. And then, if you are qualified, beautiful life. So sometimes it happens in our life, we are doing struggle, we are doing devotion, everything. Is anybody watching? Is anybody noticing all this? Because nobody is noticing. You know, one mark of a devotee is a silent worker. The moment devotee is self-advertising, I immediately become scared. Something is wrong. I'm not becoming recognized, nobody is appreciating me. This is not a standard of devotion service. This is a standard, but a very neophyte standard. Let him do devotion service, but that doesn't inspire or encourage us. Self-advertising, never. He knows, I'm doing this for Krishna. The Ishopanishad, there is a mantra. In fact, in the mantra they say, yes, Krishna, please remember what all I have done for you. But proper rights is the purpose. No need to remind Krishna. No need to remind Krishna. But sometimes you feel, is anybody watching? I'm doing so much service. It's all becoming recorded. Don't worry. It's a labor of love. And just like the mother takes care of the child. How much struggle is there? But practically we see those who have children. How many years practically? 20 years. So much hard work. Practically the first 5 years are the most difficult. So much, second by second you have to give attention. And then still, why the mother does it? Labor of love. So similarly, here we are serving Prabhupada, that is labor of love. We have to be very careful. Every statement we make, every activity we do, we have to be very, very careful. It's not like monkey jumping, speaking anything, doing anything. Then there will be a reaction. Correct? There are authorities, there is a discipline. Then there will be a reaction of that. So there are two examples we took. Now let us use beautiful example. Okay? We took Indu Maharaj. Now let us take example from the Shastra. Look at Bali Maharaj. Now Bali Maharaj also situation was very difficult. Everything was taken away from him. His kingdom was taken away by Vamandeva. He just tried to do his duty to give charity to the Brahmana. He sees everything is being taken away. Kingdom is taken away, the wealth is taken away, and he is being arrested. Arrested. And Vamandeva is scolding him in public, being insulted. Now, the Devatas at this time get shocked. How is he holding on to his vow of his duty? This is total turnaround of the situation. True? He's still holding on. And then the Vamadeva asked him, where do I keep my third step? You are a cheat. You told me you will give 3 steps, you gave only 2. Where do I keep my third step? He's scolding him in public. And Brahma is saying, my Lord, what are you doing? Please. If somebody gives a tulsi leaf at your feet, you are satisfied. He has given the whole universe. And still you are angry at him. Actually, Leela is going on. Even the wife of Bali Maharaj comes running and he says, my husband thought he is the owner. This is, she's trying to, in fact, before Brahma, she speaks. And she's very learned. That actually, what are we owner? Everything belongs to the Lord. Nothing belongs to us. And then after that, this situation happens. They're quite developing. And the Lord finally blesses him, Bali Maharaj, after testing him. Yes, now you go to Sutala. By my arrangement, it is more beautiful than your place of Indra. and I will be your doorkeeper. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. But during that whole course, with the why Krishna is doing this, what is happening to me and all, he doesn't understand. So life is like that. There is difficulties. Like Dhruva Maharaj is now covered by arrows and he is covered by light, covered by the arrows, which is symbolized as the mountain covered with cloud, or sun covered by Shri Radha Govinda ki. So, you see, he continues. Now, Bali Maharaj could have broken down it. No, I can't take it anymore. Ashraddha dhana se purusha, dharmasya asya parantapa. Mrityu samsara vartmani. What is the third line? Aprapya mam nivartante. So if you lose faith when the tough test given by Krishna, aprapya mam nivartante, you will not be able to achieve Krishna. Mrityu samsara vartmani. And you will again be lost in the cycle of birth. See, the steps we are taking to go to Krishna are very, very golden opportunity. Any of us can very easily throw it away. It's very easy when you don't value something to throw it away very, very easily. It's always difficult to climb the steps. It is very easy to come down. And we do not know when we are coming down. When you start coming down in Krishna consciousness, we start seeing everything materially. We start doubting even the intentions of people. It starts happening. We start losing faith in everybody. Yeah, that is the sign of fall down. And as you advance in Krishna consciousness, we are able to appreciate. And when you go down, we only see faults. Correct? In fact, offenses only start after sense gratification. And if the mind is becoming fault finding, actually it is not the first step. The first step is sense gratification. When I come to from Krishna consciousness, when I am in Krishna conscious platform, I only see and I appreciate every bit devotion service. When I lose Krishna conscious platform because of sense gratification, then I only see materially things. Correct? There are two aspects of every devotee. One aspect is this effort of doing service to Prabhupada. Correct? Other aspect is this false. Both are there together. And like a bumblebee and a fly. We should be very careful of people who become fault finding. Particularly in the early part of spiritual life, if that fault finding nature appears, the person very soon loses his spiritual life. Because see what happens, this is the mercy movement. This is the blessing movement. We only live by blessing and mercy of Vaishnavas. But when our mind is only meditating on fault, will you seek blessing of anybody? When you beginning with Prabhupada, you bow down to Prabhupada, you look with full faith for mercy and blessings. If that is there, you will seek now. You get what you seek. You don't seek, how will you get? You bow down to the deities. If you have firm faith in the deities, you will seek their mercy. If you don't have faith, Krishna is God, why will you seek mercy? Correct? So Kanishta level, what happens? At least the deities and Guru, he has a faith. But he has no faith in the Vaishnavas. That is Kanishta level. At Madhyama level, he improves. He is actually able to seek mercy from Vaishnavas. So Kanishta level, yeah, I have a Guru, I have deities. Yeah, I remain Kanishta rest of the life. That is one level. Madhyama level, we are now able to appreciate Vaishnavas. And at Uttama level is a different, that's a trance. It's not, we cannot even speak that. Okay, so this is beautiful. So we had that example of Bali Maharaj. We saw there was light in the tent. Look at Parikshit Maharaj. Unnecessarily he has been cursed. Unnecessarily to death. Okay. Now what is my duty? Now he is elder. That's an etiquette. He is an elder. He belongs to the Brahmana community in that way. Age is younger. So I cannot counter curse him, neither I can kill him. I have to accept the curse. He accepted the curse because as a Kshatriya, it's my duty to accept. Now what should I do? He's thinking, what should I do? He's thinking, what should I do? He proceeds now and sits on the bank of the Ganges. Situation has totally turned for him now. Imagine, full faith. Krishna will take care, correct? And then what happens next? Suddenly things turn around. Shukamuni arrives. He can see the light at the end of the tunnel. The Lord has noticed, correct? He could have behaved in a very, very unusual way. He could have also fat. He could have sat and cried, why this happened to me? And he could have meditated his head on finding fault in that small boy. There was fault. Was fault there or not? He didn't do that. Therefore, devotee progresses when he meditates internally, not externally. Is it his business to find fault in the... Actually, why did he find fault? See, even I tell you the interesting, the Pandavas. You see the narration of the Pandavas, at least in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. They never found fault with Dronacharya and Bhishma joining opposite party. Because they know it is not our business to judge them. Who are we to judge them? They never find it fault. It is their choice. They are our elders. They went for blessings. Now, had they found it fault, what is this Bhishma, just some stupid oath he has taken? It's actually true. Some stupid oath. Here the Lord is there. Instead of serving the Lord, he has his, some stupid oath. You know why he has to do? There is a higher reason. Because he is the eternal servant of the Lord in fighting. Correct? But they just left it to him. It is his own decision. I have no qualification. Neither I have the right, neither I have the adhikara to judge him. I just leave it at that. So similarly, Dronacharya, we know Dronacharya was so attached to Ashwatthama. Because of that, he ended up fighting for the remuneration. Correct? But what did he do? Did they find fault with Dronacharya? No. They went for blessing. Why they will go for blessing if they're finding fault? Correct? They pray to him. In fact, Arjuna always in the war was hesitant to throw arrows at Bhishma and Drona. For so much respect. Before the war, he throws an arrow for blessing. And Dronacharya sends an arrow blessing him. Can't even imagine. Because see the element in etiquette. I do not have, if somebody has given service to me, it's a dirtiest service to find fault. But if somebody has given service, then I have to execute the service. No, I'm not qualified. But you have been given a service and you have to do it. But somebody has not given service, you're doing it, you're just playing with fire, you'll burn yourself. You know? You'll burn yourself. Therefore, we have to not everywhere we permeate our life. We focus on what we have task at hand. Within that task, you do your job. Nobody has given us business. That's what the Mother Parvati tells Chitraketu. Who has given you business to judge Lord Shiva? What is doing right and wrong? Who has given you? Brahma does not dare to do that. Because he said, laughingly, he was laughing at the situation. He is having Parvati on his lap. He said, even Brahma doesn't go. Who has given you this service? Very important. Who has given you service to find fault with Lord Shiva? You'll make only a mistake. It is not your adhikara to do that. Okay. So let us take one more instance, Ramayana. Okay. One instance is when they are looking for Mother Sita, there are 4 teams formed of Sugriva. Correct? And the one team was going down, and within 1 month they had to report. Correct? 4 teams, they went 4 directions. 3 teams went, they didn't find anything, came back. This team went down, and there were Hanuman in it, Angad in it, big, most powerful team, Jambavan in it. And there were no food to eat, nothing. There are so many things happened. Those who know Ramayana will know that. And finally, they saw a big eagle, Sampati. They thought, enough trouble, now one more trouble. This guy is going to eat us. And they had trouble because he was very powerful like that. And then Angad was saying, you know, this trouble happened, this trouble happened, this trouble happened. And what happened finally? We saw he died, Jatayu also died. Sampati heard the name of Jatayu. Jatayu! Now he becomes very calm and peaceful. He says, what are you telling about your brother? They said, this happened. And then finally, he, guides them. The Ravana has done it. His kingdom is there. And she's there in Ashok Vatika because I can see, The eagles have long eyes, long distance. He gave them so at the end of the darkness, there was, why? Faith. We are doing service, we'll finish it. Jatayu is even more tough situation. He saw the whole thing happening. And he attacked Ravana. He was old. In fact, many times in his fight with the Ravana, he scratched him. He scratched his head, but Ravana had the blessing. Unless you touch the nectar, nothing can happen. Actually, if the nectar was not there, some analysts said Jatayu would have killed Ravana actually. But he was old, not so young, energetic. Otherwise, extremely powerful bird. And finally, he started getting tired in the fight. And he cut his wings and he fell to the ground. He is lying in blood. Okay? And Lord Rama appears on the sea. Now he feels maybe he has eaten Sita, something, he has done the thing. And he is taking his arrow out. Can you imagine? He gave his life for service to Rama, and Rama is doubting him. But Ashradhana Purusha, full faith he has, because he's chanting Ram, Ram. He hears that. And then he comes. And after that, Lord personally, what can he more fortunate to see the Lord at the time of death? He gets that blessing. Correct? So there is always, you will see, when you are practicing spiritual life, first thing, it is very easy. Chanting is easy. It's not easy to live in a community. Not easy. We have to learn the principles. Just because I'm holding bead bag, so many people you have seen, they come and they are flown away in seconds, days. It's not easy. The association of devotees is like fire. We can make nice pakwan out of it. We can burn ourselves very soon with it. And not only that, it has become more dangerous to stay if we develop offensive mentality. Always we have to know, I'm in a great opportunity. I've come at the lotus feet of Radha Govinda. Correct? Now people are watching, how do I behave? People are watching every step do I do, every word that I speak. Correct? And how people come to the temple, what they will love. The devotees are staying with, so smiling at each other, affectionate, how beautiful. Correct? Then the people will come. I tell you, in my college when I was there, the very reason I got attracted to Krishna consciousness, seeing the beautiful dealing of the devotees. My God, so beautiful. The living is so much affection. Correct? That attracts, isn't it? Isn't it? Now some places there, like we had, why you will even go there? The very reason of attraction is not only a beautiful temple, a beautiful atmosphere in the temple. Correct? And nothing happens one-sided. Relationship is always two-sided. Correct? And it is from our side we have to be perfect in our relationship. Other side, what we can do. How the person behaves, that is his spiritual life. But each person should meditate, because we are not just building a physical place. We are building a beautiful atmosphere. Physical place only enhances that atmosphere. The Krishna consciousness, I remember when I used to go to Bangalore also those days, there were just 25, 30 devotees. But even my father mentioned to me, when we entered the place, we felt like a burst of energy, spiritual energy, happiness. Because the devotees are working with so sincerity and love. That is extremely important. Correct? Not like the third, fourth generation throw everything away. Because they don't know the hard work. Just throw it away. Yeah, that they will do. Just like many rich men's children, what do? They throw away the property, correct? They get into vices and all. Because the money is very easy. So similarly, it's a great responsibility we have. To set up the ISKCON movement, it has taken many generations of hard work. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada struggled so much. Bhakti Vinod Thakur struggled so much, isn't it? It's not had been easy. Right from Madhavendra Puri and all the Acharyas, so much, so the whole Guru Parampara, there's so much hard work which is there to set up this movement. How careful we have to be. What we have got, whatever we are doing, it is not happening because of our power. Now when you sell book of Prabhupada to somebody, he becomes a devotee, what is our credit? We didn't write that book. We didn't write that book. And I made a devotee. Now I'm taking class, what is my credit? I just repeated the words of Srila Prabhupada and his wonderful disciples, but that's what I did, correct? What is my credit? In fact, Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavad Gita writes, I have no credit in this connection. If there is any credit, it goes to my spiritual master. But for Srila Prabhupada, it is transparent. For us, we are sadhakas. When you are acting, it's a mix. Some bit of ego is there, some bit of sincerity is there. It's a mix, correct? But we have to act. Not that it's a mix, so I should not act, I should just sleep. No. But as we struggle, our struggle, internal struggle to offer pure devotional service, one day will come But the service is very pleasing to Krishna. Very pleasing. Just like when you offer chapati to the Lord, you can offer burnt chapati and you can offer chapati with ghee nicely done. Just because you are offering burnt chapati, you should not feel proud. Correct? You should struggle to offer a ghee chapati. So similarly, just because I am chanting, what is the quality of your chanting? Are you hearing any word of the chanting? We should not become proud just because you are holding a bead back. We should be introspective. What is a humility? Every devotee, what he needs is realized humility. That will make us stay at the lotus feet of the deities. What kind of humility? Realized humility. Not, the superficial humility is of no use. That's bogus. Realized humility. Person knows the standard of his devotional service. What all kind of anarthas are flying in and out of my consciousness whole day. What is the quality of the devotion service I'm offering to people every day? Person should be conscious. And then person feels actually unqualified for service. Then why is he doing that? Because he has been ordered to do. Like when I went to my Guru Maharaj, I offered, now tell me what to do. Now please lead the preaching. And I'm just doing that because it is order. Correct? Now in that order I have to execute. I cannot, I am not qualified, so I have to be tough also sometimes. Cannot, no. That's a service. Correct? That's a service. So service has to be done. And we should understand, internally it's different. Internally a devotee will reveal his heart only when he meets an elder Vaishnava. It's a struggle. Correct? But externally, he will be acting tough, he will be acting very confident, but internally every devotee, just like Madhundapuri prays, I am not able to enter Vaikuntha. I am not able to enter Mathura. What should I do? What should I do? Correct? Internally a devotee. When will I chant Hare Krishna properly? When will I read Bhagavata with so much love and taste? That is the internal desire of a devotee. But externally he continues the service. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everybody. Now anybody who likes to add something on this? Yes? All this. Godashi Mataji, like to add something? Start up.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji, you mentioned about Prabhupada, so many memories of Prabhupada and all. So one of the thing was this is thanks to Aishwarya Mataji, she gave us a, assignment where, open book assignment where we had to read about many memories about Prabhupada to write about his mode and mission. So I came across one pastime where, there is one Prabhuji called as Srinathji, who used to always argue with Prabhupada. And he was given the service of driving Prabhupada to the railway station when Prabhupada was wishing to go to Vrindavan. And he was just informed, you have to take him, and he's going to Vrindavan and he's going to leave his body. And he was puzzled. This is the first time he heard something somebody wants to leave the body and he is going to Vrindavan out there. And this person is supposed to have argued with, was not agreed a devotee as such. And he used to always argue with Prabhupada till that moment out there. And then he drives him to the Mathura, to the station out there. And when he was he took him to the, while driving also, Prabhupada wanted to go fast, but Tamal Krishna Prabhuji and other Prabhuji, they wanted him to drive slowly because they did not want Prabhupada to be in any trouble. But then Prabhupada insisted that, he need to be, through his servant, he just passed a message, ask him to drive fast. So he drove fast out there, and that day the train was also preponed. It was 11 o'clock train which was preponed to 10:30. Then somehow they managed to take Prabhupada with the help of the station master in the wheelchair to the bogie out there. And then after that, he was feeling bad because he was always close to Prabhupada, but never agreed to be a devotee. And then when he was down the platform, he was asked, he was called, Prabhupada wants to see you, Karke. And Prabhupada at that moment also, he thanked him at that stage. He just called him and he just said, thank you for driving me to the station out there. And Prabhupada was he was so much and he just played obeisances to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I surrender to you. You are my spiritual master. So Prabhupada was even at his last days out there, he could make a person who was not a devotee into a devotee out there. And when he came back to the car, on the steering wheel, there was a garland which Prabhupada had. That was a blessing which he got from Prabhupada. And that is the last time he also saw Prabhupada out there. So this was very touching and which I wanted to share.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Very thank you. Okay, it's a time now today. We continue. Generally, we will try to 8 to 9 sharp finish. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanav pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandava Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna. Pranam. Thank you very much.